Hello guys, Mr. Rossi 1990 here, and this is the first episode of my X Squad series. I know someone else does this on YouTube, but I can't actually remember who it is. I know I've seen a video done on this before, but I can't actually remember who it is. So if you do actually see this video and it is your series, do please leave a comment and I'll put you a link in the description to who made me think about doing this series. I have thought about doing it for a while now, but it's got to the end of development team, well, near the end of development team, so I was trying to sort new things out. I'm trying to have a little bit of fun with some new squad. So it's an ex-Leeds squad, because I'm sure you are aware by now, I am actually a Leeds fan. So first things first, you can probably see, we've got Neil Warnock in the manager position, because he is, as this time I'm making this video anyway, he is the current Leeds manager, and there isn't actually an old Leeds manager that I'm aware of on the game, unless I'm just being stupid. So this isn't going to be like an amazing team, it's just going to be some ex-players who have played for Leeds, and I'm sure you're aware they were in the Premiership not that long ago, so some of these players will be quite good, some of them will be not so good. But we'll start things off with a goalkeeper who plays in the Premiership, well, Championship now I suppose. It's Paul Robinson. Obviously used to play for Leeds back in the days when they were in the Premiership. I do believe he left when they got relegated to the Championship. But all-round solid goalkeeper. Let's have a look at some of his stats. He's got 82 diving, 92 at kicking, and he's actually got a really good long throw. He's actually quite a nice goalie to play with in real life. Obviously, he has just been relegated with Blackburn, so not good for him. But we'll move on to the right back, and this guy, we've actually got a Premier League right back in Lehigh. Now, I asked on Twitter, because originally there was only Fraser Richardson who I could think of, and he isn't exactly amazing. I think he's a bronze, and I didn't really want him in the team. So I decided to go with Lehigh. He was actually on loan at Leeds, I think, a few seasons back, or maybe last season or something like that. I can't remember. Didn't play a lot of games, but he's the only real one who we could fit in that position. So we went with him. Obviously, a lot of these won't be in formation. Didn't really want to fork out 3 to 4k or whatever on a 4-4-2 card just for this thing. So some of them won't be in formation because there wasn't actually any on the market. But we'll look for our centre-backs now. We've got quite a good pair in here. First ones, we have got Jonathan Woodgate, who's currently at Stoke, I do believe. He's played for the likes of Newcastle as well. He was at Leeds early on in his career when he was a youngster. Probably at his best stage, I would say. He was quite a good player for Leeds in the defence. And yeah, he did quite well there. Obviously playing for Stoke at the moment. I don't think he's actually currently playing for Stoke. I do think he's had a lot of injury problems, which hasn't exactly helped his career. But we'll move on to the other centre-back guy, who is, of course, Rio Ferdinand. He's been around a lot, currently at Manchester United, which is I don't like at all, but there you go. He was a good player for Leeds. I do believe he cost them quite a lot of money to buy, but they made a nice profit on him, selling him to Manchester United, which helped them out financially anyway, but obviously didn't help them out in the long run, because look where we are now. So he's in the centre-back. He's actually a really good player in this game. Can't really fault him for that. He's got some decent stats, as you would expect, for an 87. He's 69 at pace, etc. 86 at defending. All-round good player. When he was at Leeds, he was an all-round good player. So that was that. We move on to the left-back guy, who is, of course, Ian Hart, who has now been promoted to the Premiership. Good luck to him in the Premiership, I should say. He was actually a really good player for Leeds. He's got an amazing free kick on him. His stats, such as, they're not very good, to be honest. He's 52 at pace, which is shocking. But all-round good player, I should say. A bit of lag there for me. That was actually me, not the thing. All-round. But yeah, he is a decent player at Leeds. He was obviously really good. Obviously linking with his uncle, I do believe, was Gary Kelly, who used to play on the right. I'm sure you are aware if you are a Leeds fan. Now, in left mid, we've actually got a person who plays in the A-League. It is, of course, Harry Kewell. Now, he's looking a bit old now. But when he was at Leeds, my God, he was a fantastic player. Look at the stats on him there. He's obviously died down a bit. He used to be so pacey. I remember him scoring a cracking goal against Arsenal back in the day. He was actually my favourite player when he used to play for Leeds. I absolutely adored the guy. And then he left to go to Liverpool, which kind of hurt me quite badly. I was quite young when it happened. And then he went on to move to Galatasaray, which is disgusting. Made me dislike him quite badly because obviously, I'm not sure some of you know, but the instant Leeds played Galatasaray, and Galatasaray stabbed two of the Leeds fans. So it's kind of, you know, quite a tough time for Leeds fans going up there and then getting stabbed. Obviously not exactly great, but Kewell went to Galatasaray and it kind of sparked a few, you know, not exactly nice feelings around the place. But we'll go into our right mid now, who is another Premier League player, an absolutely brilliant Premier League player, Aaron Lennon. I'm sure you are aware. He started his career at Leeds. I think Tottenham picked him up for like $1 million. That's an absolute snatch if you think about how good he is now. Really good player on the game, of course, 95 at pace, 86 dribbling. But when he played for Leeds, he was just an average little kid, you know, walking around. Well, not walking around, running around. He wasn't overly amazing for Leeds. I think he played a couple of games in like the reserves and a couple of games in the first team. Nothing really special, but he has become into an absolutely brilliant player, in my opinion. I do rate him quite highly in that right mid position for Tottenham. Now, in the centre mid, we have got ourselves a James Milner. Obviously played for Leeds when he was a youngster, then moved on to, I think it was Newcastle after Leeds, I'm not too sure, but then he went to Aston Villa and Man City he is at now. So he's been around a bit, but he did play for Leeds when he was like at his young stage. He had a good time of it there. And yeah, they sold him off quite cheaply again. They got rid of quite a few of these players cheaply, obviously, because when they got relegated, they couldn't really afford them anymore. We'll move on to the other centre mid, who is a Championship centre mid, if I can find him here. There he is, Lee Boyer. Obviously, when he was playing for Leeds, a cracking player. That midfield is actually quite nice. Kuhl, Boyer, Milner, Aaron Lerner. I wouldn't mind that in the team right now. Well, maybe not Boyer, but yeah, he was a really good player, obviously, when he played for Leeds. Can't really fault him. He's a bit of a cocky dick, if you want to. He's kind of like the Joey Barton type of player. That kind of player. He's a bit of an arsehole on the pitch, but at his Leeds days, he was a really, really good player. Scored a lot of goals from midfield and just was an all-round good player. And we'll move on to the first striker, who I think plays in League 2. Let's just check this. Holy shit. No, he's not in League 2, he's in League 1. There's my big Akinfenwa just there. There he is, Alan Smith. I have made him into a striker from a CDM. Obviously, he plays for CDM for MK Dons. Now, there is a Newcastle version of him, but I bought the MK Dons version because that is currently who he is at now. I think he's signed for them, actually. He was on loan from Newcastle. But yeah, I made him into a striker from a CDM purely because he was a striker at Leeds, and he was a damn good striker at Leeds. I'm not too sure why he's been converted down. At Newcastle, they kind of made him a centre mid. Actually, I think it was Man U originally made him a centre mid, which kind of killed him from being a striker. But yeah, he obviously was the guy who was Leeds through and through, and then went to Man U, which obviously shocked a few Leeds fans, shocked me completely. I couldn't physically do it myself. Man U and Leeds, obviously big rivals, so it was quite a big thing for him to do at the time. But he is a guy I got up front. He's actually really good up front, surprised me. The other guy I got up front is probably not going to surprise many people. It is, in fact, Jermaine Beckford, who recently left Leeds to go to Everton, and now he's playing for Leicester, back in the Championship. Really, really good player on the game, really, really good player in real life. I respect him quite highly. He's a really good player. And I think he still loves Leeds. I think he should come back to Leeds. He's been really good for Leicester this season, scoring quite a few goals. And he should just come back to Leeds, in my opinion. So that's the team, guys. We move on to the bench, as you can see here. We've got Schmeichel, who again recently left because Leeds didn't think he was good enough. They sold him for $1 million, I do believe it is, to Leicester, and now he's just proven them wrong. He's actually a really good goalkeeper, and I wish they kept him. Kasper Schmeichel, obviously the son of the Peter Schmeichel, the Manchester United legend. We've also got Michael Dewberry there. If you actually look in the thumbnail, he's down in the corner giving it the what the fuck, because yeah, Michael Dewberry, absolute legend. Look at his face. What is he looking like? He has obviously been sweating quite considerably. Obviously been working it out. Obviously, he played for Leeds. I can't actually remember when he played for Leeds, but he did play for Leeds, and he's just Michael Dewberry. That's all you can say about him, Michael Dewberry. We've got Kilgallen here, who used to play for Leeds back when he was younger. He is actually currently linked with Leeds at the moment, so it'd be quite nice if he got a little return in. We've also got Lloyd Sam, the informed version. I actually got him in a pack when he came out, which is pretty nice. But obviously, he's actually left Leeds now on a free transfer, so I thought I'd put him on the bench because I actually really like him as a player. He's got some decent stats there, as well as this guy, my favourite player, probably in the team. Just isn't in the team at the moment for chemistry reasons. That's probably the best chemistry I can get. 99, because obviously some of them aren't in formation, etc. But Grado, absolutely brilliant player. I was absolutely distraught when he left. Obviously, right the last day of the transfer window last season, I do believe, and they didn't replace him, so that pissed me off to shit. And here we got Big Enoch Shawomni. Absolute beast. Look at him, 78 pace. He's actually 6'5". That is insane. So I picked him up for 400 coins. I do believe he sells for like 1,000 on a good day. So that's pretty good. Moving on to the other guy is Robbie Keane, probably one of the better players in this team, but he doesn't link, obviously. If you put him in, I'll just show you. Put him with Smith. It puts us on 89 chems. It's not really doing anything good, so I thought I'll put Smith in there. With Keane on the bench, self-explanatory really. He's a decent player. This is the LA Galaxy version. I know there's an Aston Villa version. There wasn't many on the market, so I thought I'd go for the LA Galaxy version. And then just finishing off with White, who is currently a free agent, I do believe. Leeds are trying to negotiate a new contract. We've got Pearce, who Leeds have now officially signed. He was a Portsmouth version there. Kisnorbo, Snodgrass, and another ex-Leeds player, Danny Rose, who I'm not sure many of you know. He did actually used to play for Leeds. He started off at Leeds and then went to Tottenham, I do believe, when he was really young. He's still quite young, I'd imagine. How old is he? 1990s, same age as me. About 21, 22. So yeah, that's actually the end of this team, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's just a little X-Squads thing. I thought I'd start off with Leeds. If you want me to do any of your favourite squads, leave it in the comments, and we'll see how many thumbs up we can get. I don't want to do like all the massive clubs like you know, West Ham's quite an easy one to do, Chelsea, Liverpool. I'm trying to do some of the obscure squads maybe, but try and think of a squad who actually are going to have players in this game, because obviously they've got to be an ultimate team, and potentially, yeah, well, that's it basically. They've got to be an ultimate team. They've got to be within reasonable price. I haven't got loads and loads of money. So if you want to just leave that in the comments and see what thumbs up we can get. I hope you do enjoy this series. Give it some massive likes and just see if you want this to carry on or not. I'm just trying some new stuff out now because a lot of people are getting bored of the stuff on my channel, I do think, because Rossi the Glory isn't the best series going, of course, but it's just something to keep gameplay on my channel. I wanted that to be quite something I had going. I've also got the getting down forms. Getting a team of the season is going to end because unfortunately there is no team of the season cards out now. So that was a little short series. We've also got the trading series are still going on and all that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to comment, like and subscribe. There will be some goals at the end just casually flowing. So thank you very much and goodbye.